When I was a young boy, my grandfather often spoke to me through metaphors, and a few have lingered in my mind over the years. Here are the 4 that stick with me. The little yellow man will take over the world. 2. Remember, my son, the power of words can either build or break you. One day you'll understand this. 3. Time is your most precious resource. It diminishes as you age, so use it wisely and don't waste it. 4. I have forgotten more than you have learned in this life you are living now. These sayings have stayed with me, often resurfacing in my thoughts. To be honest, as a child, I didn't appreciate his wisdom, dismissing it because of his age. However, it seems that his insights from years ago have come back to impact me profoundly, especially the lesson about the power of words. As I reflect on my childhood upbringing and life in general, I realize that the words and actions of others, some well-meaning, have hindered me from becoming the best version of myself. In my younger years, I wasn't interested in education and didn't excel in school. I struggled with reading, writing, and even the English language, and I still can't recite the alphabet completely. Fortunately, I was born in the 1970s when mental health issues were largely ignored. It was a topic seldom discussed. If you were different or had a weakness, society viewed you as special. People like me were often placed in special schools or classes, and if someone was deemed too different, they were hidden away. Disability wasn't categorized as mental health back then. It was more visible, and there was fear surrounding those with deformities or differences. From a young age, I was told I wouldn't amount to anything, that I would end up in prison, on drugs, dead, or involved in crime. I was perceived as someone with little potential. Today, I might be labeled with conditions such as dyslexia, ADHD, depression, anxiety, or possibly being on the spectrum, but we can never be certain. The reality was that I simply wasn't engaged in school. I faced judgment and ridicule and ended up in a gardening class labeled as special needs, with only 5 to 7 other students. Unfortunately, no one really invested time in us. Now, after dedicating years to self-development, I recognize that those words and actions from my upbringing have left deep impressions on my subconscious. They reinforced negative thoughts in my mind, convincing me that I'm not good enough, I'm not loved, and I'm worthless. I've always hated being judged, even though I'm often my harshest critic. I find myself evading life and its situations, running away in fear that the words I heard as a child will come true. Ironically, by fleeing, I only reinforce those beliefs. So, I've made the decision to step out and embrace who I am. I'm not perfect. I express my thoughts candidly, and my passion can sometimes be mistaken for anger. But as a 52-year-old man, I still carry the fear of that little boy who despised ridicule and sought to please everyone around him. How many others have felt this or gone through same? Leave a comment.